You're watching CITV with Jamie Moyer, left-handed pitcher of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Plymouth Whitemarsh High School has a strong tradition of highly competitive and champion sports teams. Through CITV Sports, you'll witness PW's outstanding student athletes in action. However, there are many more games each week than what CITV is able to cover. So come out to PW, see the games live, and cheer for our teams from the stands. If you are a senior citizen with a gold card, you can even attend all of our regular season home games for free. Good luck to the competitors, and go Colonials!
Coaches for the teams, Dan Bernella for Upper Moreland and first-year head coach Jeff Heaton for the Colonials. And it'll be Colonial possession. We're in the first half. It's Upper Moreland 0, Plymouth Whitemarsh 0. And there's the free kick. Bunch of bodies. And there was headed by uniform 2 of Upper Moreland, Kevin Cannon. Now possession is Kevin Walder. Now the uniform 5 of Upper Moreland, John Choi. Shane Lester, uniform 9. Lester also plays bowling in the wintertime for Upper Moreland. And it will be kept in play by uniform 10 for Whitemarsh, Tyler Goldman. 1-on-1. And there's a whistle, and it'll be Upper Moreland ball. 0-0 in the first half, 40-minute halves. If we are tied after 80 minutes, it'll be 10-minute overtime. If we're still tied, then another 10-minute overtime. And if the score is the same, it'll be a tie. But it is golden goal in overtime. Upper Moreland possession in the first half. That was uniform 4 for the Bears. Christian O'Donnell. So Plymouth Whitemarsh has been in the District 1 postseason the last 3 years. District 1 3A postseason, has at least a playoff win in all 3 of them. The closest they've come ever to a state berth was in 2014 when they finished 18-3 as the 5 seed in the 2018 District 1 3A playoffs, but they lost a heartbreaker on the road to 4 Central Bucks East, 2-1 in overtime. Those were 2 goals by Evan Vare of CB East. And if PW would have won that game, it would have meant a state postseason berth. Out of play, it will be possession for the Bears. A throw-in for Kevin Walder. Upper Moreland hasn't done well the last 3 years. In fact, 2013, 1-13 in the conference, 2-16 overall. 2014, 0-11-3 in the conference, 0-13-4 overall. And last year, 5-8-1 in the conference, 6-11-1 overall. And there was a goalkeeper kick for the Colonials, most likely by Patrick Corpus. Still 0-0 in the first half. In possession by both of these teams. These teams have faced off 16 times since 2008. From 2008 to 2011, PW with the upper hand at 10-4-2. However, in the last matchup, these teams finished to a 1-1 tie. But in the last 8 matchups overall, besides the tie, PW has won the other 7. But PW possession now, we're in the first half, still 0-0. And looks like for the Colonials it will be Gavin Hendrick. But what's really impressive is PW has been to the playoffs for 3 straight years after previously not having been in it since 1985. Now uniform 5 for the Colonials. Dylan Johnson, the senior, in a very athletic family. Cameron Johnson, Brandon Johnson. Brandon Johnson graduated from Temple University in 2016. All of them have played soccer. Now it will be a goal kick for Ryan Varela. Short kick up to midfield. Coming after it will be Randy Meal. But Colonials gain possession. There was Alex Wefkowitz. Now in the corner, still in play, battling is Ryan Rowlery. He'll be out of play. And will be a throw-in for Ben Johnson of the Bears. So Upper Moreland 0, Plymouth Whitemarsh 0 in the first half. In case you're wondering about this year's playoff push, the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association has a new format, new classifications. Plymouth Whitemarsh will participate in 4A, while the Bears are 3A. In the previous years, there have been just 3 classes for soccer. So if PW wants to make the playoff, it will have to be one of 24 teams to qualify. There were 47 4A teams in the district. And that one will be kicked to the sideline by Noah Goldstein. And speaking of Goldsteins, in the 2014 heartbreaking District 1 quarterfinal loss to Central Bucks East, Sky Goldstein of the Colonials scored the first goal of the game in the first half. And it looked like PW would have a lot of momentum, but a few minutes later, Evan Vare of Central Bucks East scored a goal, and it was 1-1. It was also 1-1 until overtime when Evan Vare scored a game winner on what appeared to be a header, and that ended the Colonials' season. Evan Vare in 2015 helped Central Bucks East to an undefeated season, winning both district and state titles in the 3A classification. Back to game action, it's still 0-0. Upper Moreland in purple, Plymouth Whitemarsh in white. Conference opener for both teams. The conference this year has newcomers Quakertown and Hatboro Horsham. Quakertown used to be in Suburban 1 American, but left after the 2007-2008 school year. Hatboro Horsham in 2015 joined for football only, now is a member for all sports. And that is contact, and falling on that had been Andrew Strickland. Plymouth Whitemarsh possession. Still 0-0. Now, in case you're wondering about Norristown and Upper Marion, those two schools have left for Pioneer Athletic Conference. And it'll be a free kick from near the midfield for Tommy Hoy. Hoy will kick it near the box, and it is headed. Contact, and it will be Upper Moreland possession. And putting his hands up is Gavin Hendrick, not pleased with the referee's call. And it will now be kicked by Ben Johnson, number 22. It will be a short kick. Evan Walder. Christian O'Donnell. Choi. In midfield. Whistle. Contact from Tyler Goldman. And it will be free kick near mid for the Bears. So still Upper Moreland 0, Plymouth Whitemarsh 0. Upper Moreland has not been to the playoffs since 2011, when it finished 9-3 in the conference, 10-4 overall. Defeated Harriton in its playoff opener, but lost to Holy Ghost Prep in the next round. As for 2010, Upper Moreland finished second in Suburban 1 American at 8-4, and believe it or not, won its first ever District 1 2A title, defeating Holy Ghost Prep 1-0 in the final after defeating Harriton in the semifinals 2-0. That Upper Moreland squad finished 14-5, and in the first round had a 1-0 lead but lost 5-1 to District 12 power Archbishop Wood. That Upper Moreland team started that season in 2010 6-1. And included 2 wins against the Colonials. It was September 16th, 2010, 3-1 in favor of the Bears, and then on October 6th of that same year, 2-1 in favor of the Bears. And it will be Plymouth Whitemarsh possession. We're still in the first half, still no score. Upper Moreland has not defeated the Colonials since October 3rd, 2011, 1-0. And Upper Moreland has not scored multiple goals against the Colonials since October 6, 2010. Will be a free kick. There's the opportunity, headed out of play.
Let's go. Yeah, there you go.
It's a nice effort by Alex Lefkowitz, but it was wide left. So Varela has it to a teammate. Now after it is Randy Meal. Randy, not Ryan. There's still Upper Moreland 0, Plymouth Whitemarsh 0 in the first half. Once again, 2011 Plymouth Whitemarsh alumnus Scott Samuel David Weiss. This is CITV's first broadcast of the 2016-17 school year.
Keep it left, Kevin. Left. Keep it left.
And it is intercepted now by Goldman. Dylan Johnson to midfield, but kicked by Ben Johnson. And it will go the other way. So Plymouth Whitemarsh the last 4 years really well. 2012 7-5-2 in the conference, 7-8-2 overall. But the last 3 years have all had at least 13 wins. 15-3-2 in 2013 and tied for first place in Super 1 American with Upper Dublin. 2014-13 won Super 1 American, sole possession of first. That was 18-3 overall, and last year 2015 9-3-2 in the conference and 13-4-2 overall. Last year PW beat 17 seed Unionville 1-0 in the first round before losing to Central Bucks East 4-0 to top seed in the second round. So PW has lost its last 2 games overall by combined 8-0 if you go back to the 2015 campaign. And the whistle will be another free kick for the Colonials. Still no score. PW looking for its first goal of the season. And right now, Tommy Toy, uniform 4 and uniform 8 for the Colonials, Gavin Hendrick. Toy, and the whistle will turn it over, looks like possibly offside. So Jeff Heaton's in his first year for the Colonials at the helm, taking over for Devin Landgraf, who basically built this PW squad up to state potential. Landgraf was the head coach from 2010 to 2015. Before Landgraf was Nicholas Severini, who had moved on to Lower Merion, and PW faced Lower Merion in the second round of districts back in 2014, a 2-1 win at Colonial Stadium. Out of play. Upper Moreland possession, still 0-0 in the first half. And in that second round matchup in 2014 against Lower Merion scored first in the first half on a penalty kick by Gianluca Hale, and then the Colonials were able to tie up a few minutes later, and in the second half got the tiebreaker and had it stand. Upper Moreland with the opportunity, but it was saved by the goalkeeper, most likely Patrick Corpus. And now on the counter, Alice Lefkowitz. Lefkowitz finds Hoy. Evan Hendrick actually, and Hendrick will sail it left. Great opportunity, but comes up short. And it looks like it'll be the first corner of the contest. Still Upper Moreland 0, Plymouth Whitemarsh 0, and the Suburban 1 American opener for both teams. And taking the first corner is Andrew Strickland. Here it comes, and it is nearly an own goal. It looked like. It was uniform 19, Alex Gerlach, who nearly pushed it across his own net. That would not have been a positive sign. So we'll try it again with Strickland. Second corner of the contest. Here we go. It's a shorter one. That one is picked up. Hendrick. And Hoy. Hoy after it, but a bunch of purple. And Ben Johnson will kick it midfield. But PW's Dylan Johnson heads it. There was Alex Lefkowitz. Tommy Hoy. Still 0-0 in the first half.
On you!
Choi.
Go, Gerlach. Tom, stop sitting back.
Gerlach. Gerlach kicks it. Dylan Johnson will kick it to midfield.
Get back.
Now Rich Vayan.
Yeah, line.
Tyler Goldman. That one will sail out of play. So PW with a lot of chances so far. Upper Moreland countering as well. Still 0-0 in the first half. Here's an opportunity that sails a little wide. Looks like it will be a goal kick for Corpus. Upper Moreland 0, Plymouth Whitemarsh 0 in the first half. In the Suburban 1 American opener. Over these years, the conference has been dominated by Wissahickon and Upper Dublin.
Turn, here it is.
And here's Corpus.
Win that, Rich. Got time.
Bounce near midfield. Opportunity now for Tommy DeSista. Now the Goldman. Boy, Dylan Johnson. Johnson a high kick to midfield. Should find Gavin Hendrick. Hendrick again. Ben Johnson in blue and purple. Kick in midfield. These two schools separated by approximately 15 miles as that one is coming out of play.
Yeah, step in there, Gav.
And it'll be thrown in by Gerlach.
Back, good.
If we're not mistaken, Upper Moreland's principal is Joe Caracappa, who used to teach at Colonial Middle School. And putting it through and off the crossbar. Oh, so close. Looked like Ryan Cannon. If it wasn't Cannon, Shane Leister was denied. But Joe Caracappa previously served as Plymouth Whitemarsh's assistant principal and at one point the teacher at Colonial Elementary School. That is the closest opportunity of the day, and Leister thought he had a goal. But heads up play by PW's goalkeeper. Snagged that one. That one was too close for comfort. Goldstein. Actually, it was Goldman. That one will be kicked to goalkeeper Ryan Berlella. But Ben Johnson will have a midfield free kick. It's a powerful high kick. And that one is pushed away and there was contact. And O'Donnell looked like he was shoved a bit by Corpus, but he'll take Upper Moreland's first corner of the contest. Still Upper Moreland 0, Plymouth Whitemarsh 0. In this Suburban 1 American 2016 opener. Here's the kick, and it is Still near the box, but there was Noah Goldstein. Andrew Strickland. And it's a possible handball. And also possibly offside. So for Moreland and Plymouth Whitemarsh, still deadlocked at 0. Still in the first half. Kicked, saved by Corpus. It was a low kick, so Corpus had to make sure that he went low as well. As if you remember in the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics, Hope Solo had a kick like that come to her and against Colombia in women's soccer group stage, and that one went right through her. So you got to be careful when plays like that happen. For Kyle Blumenthal, uniform 6, had the opportunity, but Varela saved it. And it should be intercepted momentarily. Here comes Goldman for the Colonials, number 10 in red.
Ball, let's go.
Alex Gerlach lets it go out of play. He'll throw it in. Randy Meal. And there's Shane Leister. Leister. Dylan Johnson. But intercepted by John Choi. Randy Meal. And that one will go in the hands of Corpus. Still 0-0 in the first half. Game's going on for about 15 to 20 minutes now. Here is Lefkowitz. He'll have his room. He'll take a little shot off the crossbar. Heads up play by Ryan Varela off the post. And Ben Johnson, 22 in purple also, a heads up play. Third corner of the half for the Colonials. Still 0-0. PW wants to get the bad taste of a 4-0 defeat at the hands of North Penn out of its mouth from the regular season opener. Plymouth Whitemarsh began the 2016-17 school year on September 6, 2016, so second day of school. The east wing of the high school, brand new at renovation. The PW swimming pool also having a renovation, hoping to finish the new pool by the end of September 2016. So here's a throw-in for the Colonials. In the box. Watch out, Johnson! Opportunity, boom! Skakalaka! Tommy Hoy deposits it in the center, and it's 1-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh, midway through the first half. Tommy Hoy, his first of the season, and PW's first of the season. So 1-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. And it will be Upper Moreland ball. And it is the 9th consecutive contest against Upper Moreland. The Colonials have scored at least 1 goal. So Bears playing from behind for the first time this season. Colonials ahead for the first time this season. It's 1-0. And the goal by Tommy Hoy. And PW wants to make it 2-0. That's Gavin Hendricks. And it will be in the hands of Ryan Varela. Varela could not get to Hoy's ball in time. And that was right in the direction of Alex Lefkowitz. Hendricks. But intercepted by Alex Gerlach. But again, here comes Goldman. And this one should be saved by Varela. Plymouth Whitemarsh 1, Upper Moreland 0. Past midway through the first half, 40 minutes per half. Goldman. And that one intercepted momentarily. Johnson, Dylan kicks it out of play. Still 1-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh in the first half. And that Eagle whistle headed out by the Colonials. So the Bears in purple will get the freebie on the sideline. Ryan Rowley with the kick. Here's Rowley. Gets it in the box, headed by Johnson. Dylan Johnson. That was Lefkowitz. To Strickland. Strickland.
See Tyler. Ty.
Goldman.
Man.
Goldstein. And this is a better opportunity. Here we come, and that one is kicked out of play. There may have been a direction. Redirection. Well, it will result in the Ryan Verloa goal kick. Still 1-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh in the first half. Beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Conference opener for both teams. A new era for the PWHS and Suburban One American. And also during the 2007-2008 season, the last time Quakertown was a member of the American Conference, Mafacton also participated in the conference. And Mafacton since 2008 has been in the Pioneer Athletic Conference. Now to play, Plymouth Whitemarsh possession. 1-0, VW on the Tommy Hoy goal. Here's another opportunity. Better opportunity, here we come, and that is a collision, but nice save by Varela. Gutsy contact. But Varela heads up play. And he'll kick it past, close to midfield. We'll go past. And Kyle Blumenthal lets it go out of play and then throws it in for the Colonials. PW in white, Upper Moreland in purple. Upper Moreland from Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. With Whitemarsh, Plymouth Meeting, and Whitemarsh, Pennsylvania. The high school is in Plymouth Meeting and the Colonial Elementary School is in Whitemarsh. Ryan Varela again, goal kick, this time from the ground. Short kick, could be dangerous. And let's go to Ben Johnson. Tyler Goldman tried to get it for the Colonials, but Dylan Johnson gets it. Johnson being held up by Randy Meal, but apparently it was forced contact and Meal will get the favor. And PW fans displeased with the call. Plymouth Whitemarsh 1, Upper Moreland 0. Tommy Hoy with the goal so far. And it looks like Ben Johnson will take the freebie from near midfield. He can kick it long. Gets it up. And we'll have to kick it out of play. Smart play by Tyler Goldman. Otherwise, this one could be 1-1. Continue with the postseason conversation. You know it's not until October. 24 teams in the 47-team 4A classification move to districts, but only 5 go through states. Upper Moreland is in the 18-team 3A classification. 9 go through districts, 2 to states. Ben Johnson again for the Bears. He'll throw it in. Plymouth Whitemarsh 1, Upper Moreland 0, still in the first half. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss, PW 2011 alumnus. Uniform 12 for Upper Moreland, Miss Stone Pennepacker. Is kicked
Yo, keep
out of
that,
play.
keep that. Leave that here.
And it'll be thrown in by the Colonials, Tommy DeSisto.
Hop in behind 3.
DeSisto finds Strickland out of play.
Tom, I can.
Should be a throw-in for the Colonials. There will be Noah Goldstein, uniform 9, in white. Heading it in, and maybe a corner. So there will be like a deep header. Will go near spectators. We're behind Colonial Stadium. PW plays some of its games in the football stadium. That one is still in the box and still in play for the Colonials. And should be a free kick or a throw-in, a free kick, maybe a corner. So another corner.
Wait, you play on Monday?
Here's the kick, and that one will be just a bit outside near the netting. And it'll be a substitution now for the Bears. Now coming in for Upper Moreland is Crystalini, uniform 8. And looks like taking a seat will be Christian O'Donnell, uniform 4 for the Bears. Ryan Varela, again, another goal kick. Right near midfield, gets past it. DeSisto will have to get after it.
Alright, Zig.
It will be for Moreland opportunity. And it will be a throw-in for the Bears. Plymouth Whitemarsh 1, Upper Moreland 0. Still in the first half. Deep throw-in. DeSisto headed it. And the Colonials will get it. Gavin Hendrick. 2 against 1. Hendrick looking for help. Hendrick may not need help. Will kick out of play and it will result in a corner for the Colonials. So, already we've at least 5 corners to 2 to 3 for the Bears already. Colonials very aggressive. Tommy Hoy with the lone goal of the game so far. Another great opportunity coming. Colonials looking to get another one. Headed over the goal. So Ryan Varela again will get another goal kick. PW a lot of chances. One found net. Upper Moreland's closest to a goal was off the post earlier in this half. This one will be out of play. PW possession. Plymouth Whitemarsh, known for basketball, boys basketball that is, won the District 1 4A's title in 2016 against Chester, PW's first district title in boys basketball since 1998. This year, however, PW wouldn't have to worry about Chester because PW is going to be in the 6A classification in basketball, while Chester should be 5A. So this year with the new classifications, gives teams more opportunities to get to the postseason. Six classifications are in football, baseball, softball, and basketball. In boys basketball 6A, 10 teams go to stage 24, make it to the playoffs, while girls 24 make it to playoffs, 11 go to state. Now back to soccer action. Kicked away by the PW goalkeeper. Out of play into the adjacent neighborhood. So Ben Johnson now with the throw-in. So Plymouth Whitemarsh with a 1-0 advantage in Plymouth meeting Pennsylvania. Once again, Scott Samuel-David Weiss reporting for CITV. It's the CITV broadcast. opener for this school year. Jeff Heaton in his first ever conference game as the head coach. Rich Madel, assistant coach, has been the assistant since around 2009-2010. So Ben Johnson with the throw-in. A lot of white in there, not purple. Dylan Johnson out of play. Ben Johnson, another throw-in. So still 1-0 in the first half. Maybe about 10 minutes away from halftime. So running clock only stops for goals, injuries. Some contact in the midfield, no call. DeSisto. Ben Johnson intercepts for the Bears. Kyle Blumenthal. Blumenthal. Zach Finkelstein right in the hands of Varela. Dan Manella, the head coach of Upper Moreland, probably not pleased with his team's performance. Too much defense. For Moreland wants to get into the box more often. Ben Johnson again. Kevin Cannon. Jacoby Sandcroft for the Colonials also in there. Uniform 11. An opportunity rising here. Could it go past? Does it make it in? No. Alex Lefkowitz. A little short on the kick. An easy opportunity. Easy opening, that is, but not strong enough. So still 1-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh from the Tommy Hoy goal. That was midway through the first half. Still in the first half of about less than 10 minutes to play in the half before halftime. Another Plymouth Whitemarsh possession. PW has not been to a team state tournament other than boys basketball since around 2006, boys bowling. So maybe this could be the school year the Colonials break the ice. But this PW team, its senior class, 3 years in a row in the playoffs, only time ever in program history. 2 years ago, had goalie Shane Smith. He had graduated after 2015. Still 1-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. Now Kevin Walder. Runs uniform 12, Stone Pennepacker. Stone Pennepacker, along with Castellini, not keeping in play. But Colonials kicked it out. And there's a substitution. 19 for 12. Gerlach comes in and Pennepacker out for the Bears. Here's Varela. It's the kick. So PW's last 4 years against Upper Moreland had games 1-0, another 1-0, 5-1, 7-0, 5-0, 4-0, 2-0, and the 1-1 tie. And the free kick here by Hoy. Hoy looking for another opportunity. Still in the first half. 8 teams in Suburban 1 American, so 14 conference matches for each team. Also in the American Conference, besides Quakertown, Happel, Horsham, Plymouth Whitemarsh, Upper Moreland, Upper Dublin, Cheltenham, Wissahickon, Springfield, Montgomery County. Hoy with the opportunity. Boom! Shakalaka! 2-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh.
Wait, who scored, yo?
And it looks like it may have been Uniform. And it's now 2-0. Another great goal for the Colonials. And it's 2-0 PW. And it was hard to tell who had it. But it was another great opportunity. Maybe in uniform 7. Alex Goldring. So 2-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh in the first half, and it will be PW possession.
I know you've got him down. That goal's got to be cleared, right?
Yo, first block.
Yo, 7 here.
And now there'll be a free kick. A few minutes left in the first half. Plymouth Whitemarsh with a 2-0 advantage. Goal by Hoy and possibly Goldring. It was hard to see who scored that one. But it looked like a header. And Veruela cannot get up to it. Dylan Johnson getting chased by Randy Meal. Here comes Meal. He'll take the opportunity. Temporarily saved by the Colonial goalkeeper. Kick to midfield. Referee inching closer to their whistle. There's Goldman. 1 against 3.
Cut it back, cut it back.
Goldman will kick it out of play. Could not find his teammate in time. Goal kick for Ryan Varela. Minutes away from halftime. Upper Moreland down 2-0 against Plymouth Whitemarsh. Thanks to goals inside the box by Hoy and most likely Goldring. And that is the end of the first half. After one half, Plymouth Whitemarsh 2, Upper Moreland 0. Goals by Tommy Hoy and most likely Goldring. PW played very aggressive in the first half, and Upper Moreland had a few chances but couldn't capitalize. So we'll go step aside for a few minutes for halftime. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Suburban One American Boys Soccer action on CITV. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. We enter the second half. In the first half, PW struck first midway through the first half on a goal by Tommy Hoy, and then less than 10 minutes to go in the half, another inside the box goal by the Colonials. And I'm sorry if I did not get the right player who scored it because their angle was a little obstructed. But all that mattered was that the goal was good. 2-0 advantage, and that's where we're at now. Again, Upper Moreland in purple, Plymouth Whitemarsh in white with the red letters and numbers. PW's next boys soccer match is scheduled for September 9th, 2016 at Wissahickon. Wissahickon, always a perennial contender to win the conference. For a long time, Wissahickon had run the table in the conference and not lose. But when PW in 2013 and 14 won the conference, there was a shot that Wissahickon even dropped a match to PW. PW gets possession to begin the second half. 40 minutes of regulation remaining.
Yeah, watch behind you.
PW up 2-0.
Yeah,
PW this season has allowed 4 goals and 2 of its own. Here's an opportunity again, putting it through. Does it go in? Boom! Shakalaka! A quick one by Alex Lefkowitz, and it's 3-0. That was less than a minute to begin the half. And PW starting the half off on a positive note. And believe it or not, that was against a different goalkeeper. It may have been Matthew Sheldon. So 3-0 PW now in the beginning of the second half. As Ryan Varela, the goalkeeper from the first half, was on the sideline for the Bears. Now goal kick for the Colonials. Where's the kick? And now up Moreland on the counter, Randy Neal. DeSisto, contact. Neal and DeSisto, no call. Neal is down. And he is getting up on his own terms. That's good to see.
Your mom and dad are...
Here we go.
And we'll be PW goal kick. Plymouth Whitemarsh 3, Upper Moreland 0. Second half. About 3 minutes into the second half. And also, we apologize. We're sorry we missed some of the beginning of the contest. All that matters is we have all the goals.
All right, okay.
And still plenty of time for more. 2 against 1. A trip. Lefkowitz was tripped. And he'll get a free kick.
Drop the whistle after the first whistle. Back here.
We'll be around the circle. So 3-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh.
Yeah, girl. My man Kyle be in the building.
Last time Upper Moreland allowed 3 goals to Plymouth Whitemarsh was when PW won 4-0 on September 23rd, 2014. That was when Upper Moreland was 0-13-4 for the season. Of course, Upper Moreland already with a win on the air against New Hope Silbury on September 2nd. And that one will be kicked out of play. Upper Moreland possession. Well, Upper Moreland hasn't been in the playoffs since 2011. In 2009, 8-6 in the conference. That was 4th place, 9-6 overall. Upper Moreland felt robbed of a playoff spot in 2A in District 1, while the Colonials that year had either 9 or 10 wins overall, 8-4-2 in the conference. That was 3rd place, and many of us thought that would have been PW's first playoff appearance since 1985. However, first team out. And in 2009, CIT covered Cheltenham at Plymouth Whitemarsh, senior night for PW. PW lost that 1-0 on a goal by Doug Roman in about the 60th minute. But it looked like PW's Kaz Fazley was tripped in the box twice, no call, and scored a goal that was waved off because it was claimed to be offsides. And that was the heartbreaker for that season. And now that is Ricochet, dangerous play, and smartly headed out of play. That one could have been kept by the goalkeeper, but it will be a throw-in for the Bears. Plymouth Whitemarsh 3, Moreland 0. There's approximately 33 minutes to go in regulation. Moreland steep hill to climb. That one is over the netting. Another goal kick. Another attempt for the Colonials. If PW does make the postseason this year, it will be the first time ever in which a senior class played postseason soccer all 4 years. Something that hadn't been done before. In 1985, when the Colonials made the playoffs, They were in suburban one Liberty. There was also the Freedom Conference, and that has since changed to American, Continental, and National.
Gavin, slide middle, Gavin.
Now in the box for the Colonials, here's another opportunity. Goldman, boy, up in Moreland will get the ball there. Christian O'Donnell finds Neal. And now the opportunity for the Colonials. Still in play. The Sisto, contact with the nose, dangerous play. Will there be a whistle? Will there be not only a whistle but a card?
Yeah, Tommy.
Tommy the Sisto.
Yeah, Tom.
Gets a whistle, and looks like the Sisto will find a seat on the bench. And he is not happy. Well, he may check back in. Referees will get the substitution. John Choi, number 5, back in for the Bears. Still 3-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh referees are discussing. CITV's next broadcast is scheduled for Friday, September 9th, 2016. Kickoff 3:30 p.m. Girls soccer, the Victory Field between Wissahickon and Plymouth Whitemarsh. PW girls playing under first-year head coach Ryan Zerwin. After many years playing under Steve Slack, who is from Great Britain. PW girls soccer has been playing in the fall since fall 2010, previously played in the spring. Before that. And for more information about CITV's programming, go to colonialsd.org. Navigate through the section that says CITV, and you can watch some of our videos and get the schedule for upcoming programs. Now back to action. Still in the second half. Maybe about a quarter of the way through the second half. PW with a 3-0 advantage. 2 goals in the first half, and Lefkowitz less than a minute into the second half. Now it looks like Gerlach. The throw in. Dangerous in the box. But it wasn't Gerlach, it was Kevin Walder. Headed away. He's headed away by Kyle Blumenthal. Lefkowitz again. Kicked out of play to the bleachers. Fans are okay. Blumenthal with the throw in. Again, for Moreland, purple.
Right there, let's play. White, put it in.
Again, Scott Sailor White's here for CITV. First broadcast of the 2016-17 school year.
There we go. Get ready. This one.
And this PW team impressively from 2008 to 2015, 65-33-10 in the American Conference. 2 of those ties against these Bears. Up in Moreland, we ran in that span 38-64-6 in the conference. A lot of white jerseys battling out, but now an opportunity to midfield. But
Yeah, it has some curls.
that was Ryan Rowley. Now the play. Kyle Blumenthal.
Jack, bring it down. Jack.
Now it's uniform 3 Ryan Cannon.
I knew Marcus Smart mad. We called him.
Neal.
Don't act like you don't hear it.
Cannon. Troy. Now into the legs of Gavin Hendricks. Oh, another opportunity, but kicked away. Beautifully done by Rowley. But Lefkowitz looking for a second opportunity again. And that will be kicked out of play by Ben Johnson. Still in the second half. A little over 10 minutes in. Plymouth Whitemarsh 3, Upper Moreland 0 in the conference opener for both teams. Goldwing. Here's the opportunity, and it's just wide. Oh, be a corner. PW's had about 7 of these already. PW has capitalized on a few of them. It looks like Gavin Hendrick will be at the corner. Hendrick will take the corner. Bit of a wall along the lines of the box. Looking very good, but headed to the left. Opportunity just over the crossbar. On target. A bit high. And there'll be a substitution. Tommy Hoy will come back in for Dylan Johnson. Hoy got the Colonials on the board with the first goal of the game in the first half. Now for Moreland, the goal kick. Off Goldman. And Lefkowitz. The assisto. Whatever's right into. And Johnson. Assisto.
You got trail.
Actually, Zach Finkelman. Finkelman is uniform 11. Assisto is 13. And it'll be a throw-in for Hendrick. He'll be a faithful in support of Hendrick. Still 3-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh in the second half. And here's the opportunity. Boom! Shakalaka! And it does count. I think. Or no. No, it doesn't. Offsides. Kenny Diamond.
Go like a Foot Locker stripes.
And it's going to count. 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh in the second half. It was called a goal.
Sorry.
It looks like uniform 18. Kenny Diamond. Could have also been Blumenthal. But for a moment, players weren't sure, but the goal is allowed. 4-0 now. Deep trouble for the Bears. Two in each half for the Colonials. PW has allowed as many goals as scored because North Penn had 4 against them in the season of September 2nd. Now here's another opportunity. Just saved into the hands of Matthew Sheldon. Zach Finkelman. But he could get the 5th goal for the Colonials. That one will be kicked by the Colonials goalkeeper. Now Lefkowitz. But it will be instead by Ryan Rowley.
Put Berman in.
Fans want Evan Berman to come in from 24 for the Colonials.
Put doing that striker. Let's go.
And it'll be a throw-in. PW territory for the Bears. Plymouth Whitemarsh 4, Upper Moreland 0. Last time PW scored 4 goals against these Bears was September 23rd, 2014. PW win. PW sole possession of first place status. And that one still in play. This is a dangerous opportunity. That one should be PW possession.
No! No!
And it will be offside. Upper Moreland possession. Last time Upper Moreland BPW was on October 3rd, 2011. It was 1-0 Upper Moreland that year. Upper Moreland made the playoffs.
Let's get Marcus Smart.
Or 2-8 beat Harridan and lost the
Oh my God.
That one is stick in there.
Yo, is he a field goal kicker?
Field goal kicker. Here comes Finkelman. Goldman. Boy. Blumenthal.
Hey, Fink!
That one is into Colonial Stadium. Out of play.
No.
Sort of kickball.
My man playing defense, like he got locked. I like it.
PW ball.
Yo, watch 23.
My man Marcus Smart trying to
Go ring.
Blumenthal.
Over!
Yeah.
2 against 1, and that is out of play. Will take off the head of Ben Johnson. So PW possession.
All up here. We all up here.
Here, keep.
Yeah, Blake, I like it.
Still plenty of time left in the second half, and maybe midway through the second half. The scoreboard is not operating at the field here.
What's your SoundCloud?
Designer, yo. He's designer. Look at it.
And this is a nice opportunity that is saved.
Y'all check it out. It looks like
Matthew Sheldon. Shane Leister. And now opportunity knocks for Randy Neal. He's on his own against Hoy. Here he comes on the side out of play. And we'll have a substitution. It'll be Dylan Swedberg, uniform 17. One of the players coming in. Coming out with Lester and Ryan Rowley. Corner opportunity now for the Bears. Bears haven't capitalized yet. We have a few near the net. 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh in the second half. A low kick. That one's a high kick. Fans are taking cover.
Yo, we got Tyler Green. Yo, bro.
Luckily, doesn't harm him. 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh, Upper Moreland with the throw in Ben Johnson. That one is headed to PW's goal. Headed again there by uniform 15 Kevin Walter. Right in the noggin, nice opportunity here. Comes uniform 12 for the Colonials. We'll kick this one right to Sheldon. Uniform 12 Brandon Cohen. Winning his opportunity. It looks like right now Rich Rayon back in the game.
Yo, don't go too far back.
What up, Gab?
Send me something, Fink.
And that was kicked out of play. Ben Johnson.
I got.
Blumenthal says he has it. Kyle Blumenthal. Little pass the opportunity to Gavin Hendrick. Here's Hendrick. Still 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. Midway through the second half. A lot different than the last time these two teams faced back in 2015, the 1-1 draw. Of course, if it weren't for the draw, the Colonials could have been maybe seated 15th or 14th in the district for 3A. Now the opportunities here. Push. Still in play, and Sheldon will kindly kick it aside. And it'll be kicked out of play. And players think it was out of play at first. It looked like it was just on the line.
Takes care of the ball. I got the line.
So Ben Johnson now. Looks like a sea of white now. And it'll be Upper Moreland possession still. 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. Packing ran. And that one is a high kick. Cohen's going to go after it, and Sheldon will jump on it for the save. And substitutions are going to come in. Dylan Johnson and Stephen Longo. Stephen Longo and Johnson will come in.
I'm a little tired.
4.
I'm a little tired.
O'Donnell back in.
Yeah, ball.
So is uniform 2. Kevin Cannon. So Blumenthal will take a rest. And Noah Goldstein.
Shield now. Shield.
So 2 goals in each half for the Colonials, including the first one by Hoy in the first half. And Lefkowitz got the scoring opening in this second half, and Fink, uniform 18 Diamond, at the 4th goal of the game. That one was originally offsides, but the referees discussed that it was good and not offside. So here's the goal kick for the Colonials. Midfield, Ben Johnson will head it up.
Where are you looking? Win that header.
Hendrick.
That's not here.
And Longo got it off the chin.
Blake, why are you giving the ball so fast?
Ben Johnson headed further in. Now watch out for a Colonial counter. Rich Rayon.
Step D.
PW 4 goals. Moreland hasn't scored yet today. There's 1 goal in the year in its season opener
Yeah, but I'm here
win
to give him
against
that.
New Hope Silbury. Now this is an opportunity, and let it go out of play. Goal kick. Still 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. Past midway point. We believe in the second half. Ben Johnson. Dylan Johnson. Back in 2008, PW was 5-8-1 in the conference. That was 4th place, 7-9-2 overall. And CITV taped senior night that season. And besides PW beating Springfield that contest 5-0, many of us are going to remember that as the game in which parents brought their radios because the Phillies were playing the Los Angeles Dodgers in Game 5 of the National League Championship Series, which the Phillies won, and the Phillies were able to clinch the pennant from that. Now it's Upper Moreland opportunity. And for those of you also keeping up with football, Plymouth Whitemarsh currently 1-1 after a loss to Souderton and a win against Abington. Well, PW's going to have to find another opponent because Springfield Munco has canceled its football season after a 47-20 opening game loss due to not having adequate amount of players. So PW will either take a forfeit win or find another opponent. And it'll be a goal kick.
The game is actually over. Here we go!
PW hooligans, the student section, very into it.
Play Brandon.
Bicycle kick. And from 23 had some contact. Ryan Heaton for the Colonials. Now will be a race to the ball. Sheldon will get after it. Sheldon, booming kick. Right into the arms of the PW goalkeeper, Patrick Corpus. And he'll taunt and then make the save. Still Upper Moreland down 4-0. maybe 15 minutes remaining in regulation. So again, I'm Scott Simildeva-Weiss, Plymouth Whitemarsh 2011 alumnus. And PW since 2011 played a lot better in boys soccer.
Now you get a clip. Here you go, Blake.
And now will be substitutions. Uniform 12 will come in. It looks like Pennapacker for Upper Moreland for Johnson. And it'll be, looks like a PW throw. And now here's the opportunity, headed out of play. It may be a corner. We'll see, and it looks like it will be an offensive attack from the corner for the Colonials. Uniform 25 now for PW, Andrew Strickland. Still 4-0 PW in the second half. Suburban 1 American Conference opener. That means Quakertown's playing its first game in the American Conference for the first time since fall 2007. Quakertown is quite far from Plymouth meeting. So it's interesting how the PWHS and Suburban 1 were able to transfer the teams to different conferences. So Upper Moreland possession. Upper Moreland again in purple, Plymouth Whitemarsh in white. PW looking to get its first win this season over Ettrick Corpus. He'll take a breather down, high-fived by his teammate Dylan Johnson, and he'll get the kick. It's been very fun. Conference opener for the Colonials. For the Bears, it's been a nightmare. As Tommy Hoy has at least one goal, and Lefkowitz has a goal as well. I think Alex Goldring and Kenny Diamond also have scored, but it was hard to tell based on their angles. So we are sorry if we got any names wrong. But it is 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. And now run to the ball. Race to the ball. Uniform 11, Meal. And it will either throw in or a corner. And it looks like a throw in for the Bears. There's Upper Moreland hoping to get back to the playoffs for the first time since 2011 and 2010. The team's goal was to get 10 wins. They accomplished that. Winning a district title was icing on top of the cake. 2010 was quite a while ago. Now it's 2016. Throw-in for the Colonials. There was Longo. PW will have to try to go after it. Kept in play. Referee will say it's in play still. Nicely done. That one is out, but it will be Upper Moreland possession. Plymouth Whitemarsh 4. Upper Moreland 0. Here behind Colonial Stadium.
Come on. Yo, watch out, too. Watch out, too.
And it was headed by Uniform 2, Cannon. And now here's a dangerous opportunity for the Bears to get on the board. Contact. Pushing and shoving. It's going to result in a PW kick. Uniform 24, Evan Berman is in the game. Great to see him play. He is a senior. Has to be exciting to have been witnessing PW boys soccer the last 3 years and see nothing but playoffs. But this time maybe a district title to make it much sweeter. And there'll be another free kick outside the box. Looks like it'll be taken by Strickland from 25. And could be direct. There's a wall to the left. They'll take it. It was a short one. Here it comes. And it was kicked out of play. Maybe. And could be another corner for the Colonials. Indeed it is. And Strickland will get it back. So it's 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh, still in the second half. Conference opener for both teams, 2016. Booming kick. Johnson could not get it off his foot. Strickland had it up. And that is going to be saved by Sheldon. Uniform 16 comes back in the game for Upper Moreland. Jake Matthews. Pennepacker. But right into a sea of white. It was Cohen. Oh, that was an opportunity for Berman. And he knew it. Fans will erupt if there is another PW goal. Finkelman. Eating after it. Veone. Rich Veone will kick it up there. Finkelman, and it'll be kicked out of play. And should be a throw-in for Stephen Longo. Still 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. And the second of 40-minute half, and it is right in the arms of Matthew Sheldon. So if the score holds up, PW will improve to 1-1 on the season, 1-0 in Suburban 1 American, while Upper Moreland will drop to 1-1 overall, 0-1 in the American. Now here's Corpus, so that's a very long kick. Reminiscent of Shane Smith when he played for the Colonials, and that is a deflection to himself. Sheldon gets it to Choi. Choi, back to Choi, but 2-on-1, or 1-on-2, out of play, PW possession. Still 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. Scott Samuel, David Weiss calling the action. And believe it or not, we're still in the summertime, despite the school year already in session. Summer ends September 21st, and September 22nd is the first day of fall. We're close to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, sun, and some clouds. Sun right now hiding behind the clouds, so not too many shadows. Now the sun's peeking through again. Still 4-0. Choi is out. And looks like Jack Moran back in. There's the throw-in, not too far. It was headed by Kenny Diamond, believed to have scored the fourth goal of the game. But the Colonials look to have already shaken off the 4-0 blemish against North Penn from September 2nd. Tyra Rothman would not allow anything for the Colonials. Rothman, the goalkeeper for North Penn. North Penn was the 8th seed last year in the 3A district tournament, back when there were only 3 classes instead of 4. And North Penn lost to Central Bucks East in overtime in the Win and In-State district quarterfinal. PW lost in the second round to CB East last year. Now PW possession again. Jeff Heaton pretty pleased right now with his team's performance. Of course, Wissahickon will be a much tougher test, having had a few state appearances in the last 5 to 10 years, which I believe included 2014. I believe in 2014, PW had sole possession of first. However, Wissahickon was the 3 seed, PW was the 5.
Time.
But they had to also depend on your non-conference schedule. Now here's the opportunity for PW. And it is kicked away by Upper Moreland, but kept in play by Rich Rayone of the Colonials. Rayone. Ahead of the box, he is tripped. Just a little outside the box, otherwise it would be a penalty kick. It will be a free kick.
Don't get up.
Now here's the opportunity. Headed in, Berman right in the hands of Matthew Sheldon. Right idea, but not the right place. Dylan Johnson will get after it. He'll smartly kick it out of play. Still 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. And we're just counting down the minutes. Probably within 5 to 10 minutes away, or less. Referee getting ready to blow his whistle soon, probably. So here's the throw-in by uniform 23. Christopher Staber. Johnson will kick it out of play. Could be PW possession. Still 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh in the second half. Looks like this one is all but over in favor of Plymouth Whitemarsh. 2 goals apiece in each half. Or the Colonials. Out of play, PW possession should be thrown in by Longo. And that one was thrown out of play. So it looks like Stiber throws it from midfield. And the opportunity for Finkelman. Tyler actually. Zach Finkelman. There's Longo. Andrew Strickland. That was kicked by Jake Matthews. Saved by Patrick Corbett. And looks like we'll just wind down the clock. We'll kick it over midfield. PW will have to set up to get in the box. Finkelman. Oh, this is a great opportunity here. Berman, just to the right. He had his eye on the target. Fans are ready to erupt on that one. Now uniform 20 for the Colonials to Marcus, the senior, coming in. It looks like uniform 6 for PW Blumenthal has come back out. And looks like uniform 11 coming out as well for PW.
Let's go, Marcus.
And also, besides, we apologize if we had any roster confusion. There are 2 uniform 11s for the Colonials, Jacoby Sandcroft and Zach Finkelman. And Finkelman is the senior. So we're sorry if we got that one incorrect. But here's the opportunity from the corner. Diamond. That one, the sea of purple. There's Evan Berman after it. And the whistle. Still in the second half. 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh over Upper Moreland, counting down the time. And we're also sorry that we can't give you an exact clock because the scoreboard is off. And it is saved by a PW goalkeeper. But this is the end of the contest. It's a job well done for the Colonials to get to 1-0 in the conference. W should be competing with Cheltenham, Upper Dublin, and Wissahickon. And it'll be a free kick. It was my uniform 14 rally. And it'll be out of play. And it'll be Upper Moreland possession. Still 4-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. Upper Moreland from Willow Grove, Plymouth Whitemarsh from Plymouth meeting. First week of school in the 2016-17 school year. CITV looks forward to bringing you more soccer, football, field hockey, and volleyball. Also, PW field hockey this year, playing under a new head coach, as Marianne Paparone has retired after over 20 years at the helm. That Marianne Paparone even coached U.S. team member Katie Bam for field hockey. Played at Wissahickon and was also a member of the club team Paparone coached. Well, back to soccer, it's like Matthew Sheldon, the goalkeeper, who did not play the first half. That was Ryan Varela. And that is it, folks. After 80 minutes, Plymouth Whitemarsh 4, Upper Moreland 0. That's your final. Upper Moreland drops to 1 overall, 0 in the conference, while the Colonials with the 4-goal performance improves to 1-1 overall and 1-0 in the conference. Goals by Tommy Hoy, who think Goldring had one, Lefkowitz had one, and possibly Kenny Diamond. So 4-0 is your final. And that's another edition of CITV Sports. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. We hope you enjoy this one. Good night, everyone.